Taurewa rewa ko te karunui, taurewa rewa ko te karuroa. Taurewa rewa ka whati te tuātea, te puapua o te tuātea. Ka tere ki te tai karukaru e, ka eke panuku eke takaroa. Haumi e, hui e, taiki e.
He Rau Mahara was undertaken by the Whakapapa unit to honour those Ngāi Tahu men who served in the Great War, Te Pākanga Tuatahi o Te Ao. The project was designed to develop and promote accessible resources to Ngāi Tahu whānui and the wider community that bring to light the stories and history of Ngāi Tahu soldiers from throughout the country who contributed to New Zealand's war effort overseas. Research was undertaken by our project team firstly for the 265 Ngāi Tahu soldiers that participated in the First World War. Then further detailed research and whānau interviews were also completed to capture insight to the experiences and journeys of those soldiers. We have conducted interviews and read through diaries, letters, postcards and military records to uncover the stories that have never been shared. And going through all of the war records that we've been able to find through Archive New Zealand, we have managed to create 20 stories and find 20 descendants of those men.
He was never quite on the front line, being in the medical. He was coming up behind to pick up the... But having said that, he was right there. You know, there was shooting all around him and he didn't say much about it. He never told us very much. No. He told us about the armistice and picking up the dead body, or trying to pick up the dead bodies.
A very, very bad day of my life was the Armistice Day, where on the 24th of May, that was, 1915, that's right. I was silly enough to go out among the burial party. I was looking for I knew there were 6 buff boys out there killed, lying out there, and I thought I'd go out and see if I could find them. I probably wouldn't have known them in any case if I had found them, because they'd been lying there for a week. Some of them were falling to pieces.
He died when my mum was about 11, and so she even had very faded memories of him as well. So he was Joseph Teihoka, and his mum was Mary Elizabeth Kopupu Hopa, so she came from the Hopa line, from the west coast. When he died, each daughter was given a taonga, a gift from him, to take with them into wherever they may go into the future. My mum, I guess at 11, looked at it and thought, what? Not even a lolly. And so it was wrapped in a handkerchief. I think she just threw it somewhere that she kept things like, if someone passed and they gave her a hanky, she would have put it in there. It was in a bag. It was in a macrame type looking bag, and it would have been just tucked away in a box, not to be touched again. And I think she found it again. I think it brought back memories again. This time she opened it and had a look through. And so she went and got it out. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't actually believe that that was his writing. And the pencil is one of the ones that you lick so that it's purple. So his DNA's in there as well. So every now and then you see a bright purple bit. Our son was the first one to sit and read it from beginning to end. And so he knew what that gift meant. It took the rest of us a long time to read it because it was very emotional. You felt like you saw him again, like you gave him a picture, a face, by looking at the writing. It was very emotional for us all, and for my mum.
He Rau Mahara is about creating a taonga that recognises the contributions that our soldiers made. We are ensuring that their stories are preserved for future generations and entrust our whānui to treat this as the taonga that it is. We're trying to bring our soldiers, you know, they were our tupuna, they were our paua, they were our uncles, they were our whānau. We're trying to bring their stories to light so we can share them with others that may not have had the opportunity to know those stories.
My dad and Uncle Harry Pohio used to talk a lot about it, and although my sister and I were very young, we used to listen. We didn't really understand what they were talking about, but we actually thought they were talking about movies at that time, because they were talking about my dad being on night duty up on Chunuk Bair, and he was on night duty this night, and he got up to stretch his leg, and he just walked to the end of the hill, and just around the hill he ran to a Turk, and that's when they fought each other, and my dad's partner that was on duty with him came out and shot him. We always remember Uncle Harry and them talking about it, and it was, my bloody hand was shaking so much. I don't know who I was going to hit. I aimed and fired, and we always, and we thought he was crying. You know, we really didn't understand it, but we do now.
Something that's really pulled on my heartstrings, I suppose, is being able to give them this information, and being able to not only them share their stories with us, but also us share our research with them. Ultimately, all of this information will be published online and in our book, showcasing a selection of the stories we have so far. I hope that all Ngāi Tahu whānui will feel the same sense of pride that I feel, not only about this project, but our poa who served. I'm excited that their stories will be preserved for future generations. The great men who fought in the Great War are our tipuna, our soldiers and our heroes. We will remember them.
E kore rātau e koro heketia, pēnei a tātou kua mahue nei. E kore hoki rātau e ngoi kore, aha koa pēhia i ngā āhuatanga o te wā. I te hekinga atu o te rā, tai noa ki te aranga mai i te ata, ka maumahara tonu tātou, kia rātau. Ka maumahara tonu tātou, kia rātau.